Hey there folks, welcome to Growing More Homestead. Today we're going to be planting our potatoes. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, welcome to our channel. We are planting potatoes today in Florida. It is February 8th and it's very windy today, so hopefully the sound comes through pretty good. We don't have too much wind noise. We've got our garden tilled there. And first thing we're going to do is put out a fertilizer and then mix that in, and we'll get our potatoes planted. So I have my trusty bucket of fertilizer here. So let's take a little bean can or coffee can or something, and we're just going to put this out down the row. It's not an exact science. I'm just going to try to go in a straight line down this row where I have it marked. We got a couple clods here. We're going to take this out, get that out of the way. That way when we're ready to plant the potatoes, we'll be good to go. Alright, we'll just turn it. We're almost out of fertilizer here. We're going to get some more. But we'll get started down this row, finish up. Now there's a lot of different ways to plant. And depending on where you are, might just do it a little different, but this is how we do it here in Florida, at least how we do it here on our homestead. Hey trooper, oh, what are you doing, you silly dog? Now this is our first real video for the channel, and so we are trying to work out some kinks and bugs, trying to figure out what works best for us. Alright, so fertilizer's out. So now what we're going to do is mix it in. And a couple years ago we bought a Haas Tools cultivator. And it does work pretty good. I normally would try to use a little furrowing attachment, but this Haas does not have that. We just have the little cultivator tines here. So what I'm going to do is just roll down the row, just kind of mix it in. Just get a good mix on this fertilizer down in the dirt. Give us a nice straight row to work with. As you can see, the fertilizer is just mixing in there as we just kind of till along. Now you notice the flags I have here. We have this for a reason, because they are actually 46 inches apart, and the reason for that is the width. That works out good for the width of our tractor and our row hipper. So we'll be able to come along later on in the growing season and throw dirt up to the potatoes. Alright, so we're going to go cut some potatoes. We'll get these things planted. Alright, so part of planting potatoes is you actually have to cut up the potatoes. I've seen some people just throw the whole potato in the ground. I think that's a huge waste. Some people just cut it in half, cut it in quarters. There's different ways of doing it, but what I like to do is, if you look at the potato here, you see that's an eye. See all these little things here? Those are eyes. That's where the sprouts are going to come from. So technically, you could cut all of these little pieces off and it would grow a potato. Problem is, you don't want to cut the potato too small, because there's not enough potato for the eye to sprout. So what I like to do is, you know, in this case here, what I'll probably do is just split this potato down the middle. And here we have 3 eyes, so I'll probably just split this particular one in half right here. And then this one here, we have several, so I'll probably cut this one along about right here. And then this one I will probably just half right here. That'll give us a few eyes over here and then an eye over here. So we got 5 potatoes out of that one. And the same thing, every time you pull a potato out, you just kind of have to assess the best way to cut it up. And it's not real crucial how you do it. Like I said, there's a lot of people that do it different ways. So everybody does it differently. But I've had good success doing it like that. So that's about all you need to plant. The other thing is, a lot of people say you need to do this ahead of time. That way the potato has time to cure. But I don't know. We've done it day of and had good success. Matter of fact, this potato right here, there's actually 2 eyes there, plenty of meat, or potato, I guess, left on the potato. So we'll cut that one in half too. This just maximizes how many plants you can get out of your potato seed potatoes. I probably could cut that one in half right there. We'll just leave it whole, make sure we get good production. So we actually, these are red Lesotas. We have 10 pounds of red Lesotas, and then we also have 10 pounds of white Kenneby, and these are a white potato. We're trying these this year. We've never planted these. We've always planted the red Lesota, so we're trying the white ones this year, and we'll see how those work out. So we've got 10 pounds of each, and we'll see how that works out. So we're going to get the rest of these cut up, and then we'll get to planting. Alright, so we've got all the potatoes cut up. You see in the bag here, I just put them back in the bag. They're cut up, got all the pieces here. And like I mentioned before, a lot of people like to have these skin over, maybe wait a day or two after you cut them. I think some people actually coat them in sulfur, dust, and things like that. But we just cut them up and throw them in the ground, and it seems to work, at least here where we are located here in Northwest Florida. So I want to plant these about 8 inches to a foot apart. So we're just going to drop them in. You want to put the skin side up, because that's where the eyes are going to come out of and grow. You're going to want to put that flesh, the open flesh, down. And what we'll do is we'll just drop them in the ground, and we'll come back and cover them up later. I didn't want to dig down too deep, because you want the soil soft enough that they can grow in. And we'll be putting some soil on top of them later on. Maybe a little close with those there, but we'll be all right. Again, 8 inches. Yeah, I'll put that in there. All right, we're going to keep on going with this, and we'll get both rows planted. Get the kids out here to help me, and we'll get this done. All right, we got all the potatoes in the ground. We got the tractor running here behind us. We actually had to extend the row a bit. It was more potatoes than we thought. So we're going to go ahead and come around back here to the tractor. I want to show you. We're going to go ahead and try to cover up our potatoes with this brand new implement for us. It is a row hipper that we picked up, and haven't used it. I did run it through the garden once when we first got it, just to see what it would do, but I have not done anything with it. So we're going to see how this works out. So let me hop on the tractor, and we're going to see how this works out. Now, I am not an expert at this at all, so we may mess this up. I don't know. Alright, so we've got the tractor there right over the center of the row. I don't want to put too much dirt on top of the potatoes, but we're going to put it down and see what we do. We may have to come over another row, another pass. I don't know. Well, that is not far enough. we'll get this eventually. Like I said, I have never used it, so we're going to give it our best shot here. Well, that seemed to work out pretty good. Once I got it set, it was digging a little bit deep there at the beginning, but I pulled up on the lift just a little bit. Seemed like it got it right about where it needed to be. We'll get turned around here and we'll come back down this other row. This row's a little bit crooked. But that's okay. It'll work out. So I was right on a 7 here. I'm going to try to get my lift back right where it was and see if this works out. I think you need a little bit of speed when you're using this implement so that it throws the dirt. Yeah, that looks like that's working out pretty good if I can stay in the row. Alright, we got that done. Let's shut down the tractor here. Well, we may have got that a little too deep. We'll come back along with a rake and smooth that out. We got some chunks, as you can see. The soil was just a little bit wet on down there, but we'll break that up with a rake. A little bit of rake work. Of course, I did get my row a little crooked down there, but it is what it is. Anyhow, that is planting potatoes here in Northwest Florida. Well, hopefully they grow and we'll have a lot of potatoes. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give us a thumbs up, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that too. We do very, very much appreciate it. See y'all. God bless.